my next story time, it's a little bit short, but I find it very cute. This was during another summer convention. This was the first year for this convention, and I was cosplaying Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho, and which was kind of a mistake because, like, at some points in this convention, if you wanted to watch panels, you had to watch out of the building, down the road, and so on and so forth to get to another building that had the panels. Which, it's summer, long sleeve, long pants, not good. But I really wanted to cosplay Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho because I had just finished him, and I love my old shows. I'm an old show person. I don't really watch new shows, just, not that much, just every now and then. But anyway, I'm cosplaying Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho, and I'm checking out the venue because this is the first time I actually had been in this venue. And this was, again, like I said, first year for this convention. First time I've ever been in this venue. I'm checking it out. And they're upstairs, and I go upstairs, and I find the gaming place, and I find where they're playing anime. This little anime watching thing. And the person running it, she gets so excited, and she goes, I don't know the English name. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I think it's, she's like, you're from Yu Yu Hakusho. And I was like, yes. And she's like, Kurama? And I was like, yes, his name is Kurama. And she's like, okay. She's like, we call him something else, and I've already forgotten what they called him. And she was from the Philippines. And she's like, yeah, he has a completely different name. And I was like, some of the Americans did that because, like, the next day I was cosplaying Matt from Digimon. Matt is his English name. His real name is, I think, Yamamoto. And no one in America calls him that. They call him Matt. Which I got recognized, like, oh, you're Matt. And I was like, yes. But, yeah, it was just a really cute interaction, and I always remember it because she didn't know the English name. And she was just like, Kurama? No, wait, that's Naruto. And I was like, no, it's Yu Yu Hakusho as well. I was like, I think it was first, really. But, yeah, it was just a cute interaction. Like I said, I don't remember what she said his name was in the Philippines, but, like, that's a costly story time. I love the interaction. Alright, so, I believe my last story was about Kurama, and, so here's another Kurama cosplay story. This time, it's a different convention, and, I'm at a holiday convention. So I'm wearing, like, little reindeer antlers, and I'm cosplaying Kurama again. Not only did I get asked by a person at our booth to get my picture taken, but as I was walking, I ran into a Yusuke and Hiei cosplayer. I don't know these people. And we got so excited. We took selfies together. We took because we were by a mirror, we took a mirror selfie, and it was so good. Lovely interaction. They were lovely people. They're like, we didn't know anybody was going to cosplay from, and I was like, I didn't either. And we say our goodbyes and we walk off. And this is a very small space, small venue, because this is a small convention. But I keep running into them, and eventually we just stop, and I'm really not stalking you guys, because, like I said, I went one direction, they went in the opposite direction, and we kept running into each other. We would say hi, and then we would go opposite directions again, and eventually we just stopped to talk, and we're just, like, talking, and, like, somebody passed by, and it's like, where's Korobara? And we're like, he didn't want to come today. But, like, seeing us together, you would think we had planned this, but no, they just knew, they found out about the convention and decided, friend was like, hey, I'll do Hiei, you do Yusuke, let's go to the convention. And that day I just so happened to be Kurama. So this was my Kurama meeting the team at a convention, and I loved that. Like I said, my first story was Luke meeting Taco. Taco meeting Luke, sorry. And like I said, I love when people meet and you don't, especially when you don't think anybody else is going to cosplay from that series. So that's one of my favorite stories to tell as well. So that was my cosplay story time. Alright, my next cosplay story time is about my very first cosplay. This is the first time I was cosplaying ever. This was also the first time I was cosplaying at a convention. And I was cosplaying Rio Bakura at a convention. And Rio Bakura has a Millennium necklace, Hima has a Millennium ring, and I didn't have that at the time. Did not have that. And but like sometimes in the anime and even in the manga, he doesn't have it. And I was like, well, it should be fine. Which now I have one and I love it. I went through 3. My third one is my perfect one. I love him. I love it. It's 3D printed, but at the time I didn't have it. Like I said, first time cosplaying. And I'm at the convention and I'm waiting in line. And I'm wearing a lantern for the convention and with the badge. And somebody recognized my character and they just yell out, "Hey Bakura, where's the Millennium Ring?" And as quick as I could, I yelled back, "I sold it to get into this convention." Because, the Millennium Ring is while it is a cursed ancient Egyptian object, it is pure gold. So I sold this gold to get it. Actually came home and later on and made a missing posters thing. It's on my DeviantArt and it says missing. It has the picture of the Millennium Ring. It says if found, please do not return. You may keep it. It is stuff like that. It was hilarious. I was like, I actually thought about printing it off, and if anybody ever asked me again, I would hand it out. But the next year I had a Millennium Ring, even though it was a baby one. It was really tiny. I had a Millennium Ring the next year, so I didn't go through with that idea, but that is an idea. If you're planning on cosplaying Bakura and you don't have a Millennium Ring and you want to, make a missing posters. But yeah. That was my very first cosplay story that was, like I said, my very first cosplay I'd ever done. So, yeah. Alright. My next cosplay story time is something I've actually posted about before. There was a little trend of show your cosplay and show with cosplay that you were mistaken for. And so I was cosplaying Serena from Pokemon. I always listed her as Pokemon trainer because she's the Pokemon trainer from X and Y, the female one anyway. And I love X and Y. My favorite starter is in there. And I was cosplaying it. Yeah, Serena, I was cosplaying a Pokemon trainer. I had my big red hat. I had, red skirt, black tank top, what have you. And all that day, even though I had a Pokeball in hand, everyone kept mistaking me as Carmen Sandiego. And I was like, no, she wears a trench coat. I see where the hat, but no. And I find out why later on. I go and do a photo shoot for a Pokemon photo shoot. And then as I am walking away from that, I run into a Carmen Sandiego cosplayer. I get their picture, and they're like, okay? And they're like, you almost look like Carmen Sandiego, but, what are you? They recognized that I wasn't Carmen Sandiego, of course, and I told them the story. I said, all day, people have been saying that I was Carmen Sandiego, and they're like, clearly you're not wearing her red trench coat. I was like, exactly. And it was just hilarious. It was a mistaken cosplay. I don't actually get those a lot. Like, sometimes I people don't recognize that I'm in a cosplay. And it's like, are you even in a cosplay? And it's like, yeah, I'm in a cosplay. It's just, you know, they just wear normal clothes and have a normal hair color. But like, yeah, it was my Pokemon trainer, Serena, gets mistaken for Carmen Sandiego, which now, you know, it's like, maybe I should do Carmen Sandiego. But yeah, that was his cosplay story time.